Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another episode of WNCC Workout Wednesdays. Today's episode features former Western Nebraska Cougar, 2018 Region 9 champion, 2019 Region 9 South Conference champion, and starting center at Jacksonville State University, Martin Roub. Today's bodyweight exercises follow a similar pattern that we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We're going to work a little bit of our shoulders, quite a bit of our core, and a little bit of agility and explosive jumping. Once again, we don't want to do anything without warming up. It doesn't matter what sport we're playing or what activity we're doing. We want our bodies to be finely tuned athletic machines. And in order to do that, we've got to get warmed up properly. Our first exercise today, we're calling a plank to squat. It starts with that plank that we worked on in our first week. This exercise is very similar to a burpee, just without the jump at the end. Martin is right now feeling some muscle burning in his shoulders and the top of his thighs, and a lot in his core. As you can see, Martin really enjoys the challenge. So Martin is going to add a push-up in between every plank to squat. Our next exercise is a split squat jump. This is a great exercise for explosive jumping and athletic movement, similar to some of the exercises that we've done in the last couple workouts, like tuck jumps and squat jumps. This is just a different position to put our body in to do this explosive jumping. Next, we've got mountain climbers. Again, we're going back to our plank setup, so our shoulders and our upper back need to be strong enough to support us. And then we start pumping our knees as if we really are climbing a mountain. Martin is mainly going to be feeling his muscles burning in the top of his thighs and a lot in his core. Next, we've got a series of jumping plyometrics. The only equipment we needed for this was a couple of textbooks and a couple of movies from my apartment. It's a fairly simple exercise. All we're doing is jumping over an object and jumping back, but with focusing on spending as little time on the ground as possible, touching the ground and exploding right back up. We're really working on Martin's quick twitch muscle fibers, which are going to help him jump, run, and move as agile as possible. Next, Martin is doing chair step-ups. Martin's really focusing here on when he makes contact with his foot in the chair. He explodes and pushes as hard as he can up to the sky. As you can see, he brings his other knee with him and drives it up as if he's about to take another step. The basketball skill that we dial in on today is finishing around the rim. This is something that Martin has always been good at before he even came to play for us. We're going to focus on finishing with both hands on either side of the rim, off 2 feet, off 1 foot on each side of the rim, and being able to position our body in different ways that can be very game-like. One of the most important things that we talk about with our guys when it comes to finishing around the rim at a high level is that your focus needs to be absolutely through the roof. But far too often, even in high levels of basketball, you see blown layups, missed wide open layups, easy opportunities for 2 points. Sometimes being closer to the rim doesn't make it an easier shot. Getting closer to the rim means more physical contact, more defenders coming to help to contest your shot. It takes a lot of focus, a lot of effort, and a high skill set to be able to finish around the rim in multiple different ways at a very high level. First thing we're going to do with the basketball today is a drill called Mikins. It's a drill that we've all seen from a very young age. It may seem a little basic, but the highest level basketball players still do Mikin drills every day. Martin Roub is a starting Division I center and still does Mikin drills every single day. Just a small amount of these finishes every single day is going to make Martin a better basketball player. As Martin starts to get warm and starts to feel a little more comfortable with the ball in his hands, we will add things to this Mikin drill to make it a little more difficult, like making Martin go off 2 feet, having him reverse his body to face the other way, and even adding 2 balls to it. After Martin feels good and warmed up with his Mikin drill, we're going to get into a specific finishing drill called left shoulder right hook, right shoulder left hook. He's going to make 3 shots from 3 different spots on the court, from the right side, from the middle, and from the left side. We want Martin to protect the ball against defenders by keeping his body between the defender and the ball. We just want Martin to shoot a little baby hook over a defender's hands, where he can be so comfortable from these spots that even if a defender is right in his face, even blocking his vision, this is an area on the floor that Martin feels comfortable making shots at a high level with either hand. At first glance, you could say this drill is more set up for a post player than a guard, but guards playing at the highest level need to be able to finish around the rim well. You never know what situation you're going to be in during a game. Having extraordinary muscle memory to always be able to finish around the rim at a high level is a skill for any position player in basketball. Now that we've gotten Martin warmed up with his finishing, starting basic with Mikins, moving up to some hook finishes. Now we're getting into some live layups where we're moving at full speed. We're starting with a traditional layup. On the right side of the floor, we want to jump off our left foot and finish with our right hand. On the left side of the floor, we want to jump off our right foot and finish with our left hand. As we get more advanced and start playing higher levels of basketball, the need to finish off different feet and with different hands can be very important. Next round, we've got Martin finishing off his right foot with his right hand. We call these right-right finishes. And we're doing the same thing on the left side. A right-right or a left-left finish can be used to surprise the defender who doesn't expect you to jump off the right foot and also finish with the right hand. Next, on the right side of the floor, Martin's going to jump off of his right foot, but finish with his left hand. He's finishing with traditionally the wrong hand on this side of the floor. This can be advantageous to sneak the ball in when a help side defender is coming to block his shot. Next, we want Martin to get to 2 feet. This is an opportunity now for Martin to get a game-like catch, make a game-like dribble move, and get to 2 feet and finish high and soft off glass. This is a similar finish to the left shoulder right hook drill that we just worked on. The last thing we're going to do today is called the spin and finish. Using a spin move to get to a finish is something that our men's basketball program loves teaching to our team. Being able to utilize this move is great because it forces you to slow yourself down, use some body control, and then get to 2 feet and make a high-level finish. Young boys and girls out there, as you can see, Martin is utilizing both his pivot feet, pivoting off his right foot and his left foot. Most of us from a very young age are taught to only pivot with one foot. While this can be very important in learning the fundamentals and the basics of basketball, as we get older and we start to play at higher levels of competition, being able to utilize both pivot feet is a very important skill. The last point of emphasis to make on the spin to finish. When Martin dribbles to the middle of the floor, he's attempting to get to the midline of the basketball court. This is easy to see from the angle the camera is set up at, that Martin is right in line with the hoop. Too often, kids come up short of the midline, and when a real game comes around and there's physical contact, they get bumped off their line, and they don't end up in a position where they can finish at the rim. They make their spin move and they end up further away from the basket than they're comfortable. It is important when there's no defense to get all the way to the midline in order to put yourself in a position to make a high-level finish.